are going to Taipei.
Like Taiwan?
We want to give you something special.
It's going to be the perfect summer.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Sophie Ha. Like, haha. I never.
Do you go to college?
Are you excited for the summer? See any guys you like? Do you not like to talk? I don't really know if excited is the right word.
You are here to learn and experience your cultural heritage.
Parents send their kids here because they think it's a cultural program, but we're all here because we know what it really is.
Stop!
One big party.
This is Ever. You should ask Ever out. You're single, and she struggles with social skills and making friends and stuff like that. It's perfect. What?
Catch you later, Ever.
Bye. Rick.
Maybe this trip is your chance to let loose for a change. Live a little.
It was good. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm Xavier.
Ever.
Forever, ever?
Where are you going?
Out.
What about curfew?
Hey, Ever, remember that crazy fun night when you followed the rules?
No.
Exactly, because no one ever remembers those nights.
If I just let go.
Wow, the city is just...
Incredible.
Yeah.
Let's go!
If you have xiaolongbao,
Mandarin. It's getting a lot better.
Chinese word can you write?
Yeah, gotta go. Love you. Bye-bye.
If I just let go.
Right now in life, it feels like I'm torn between two of everything.
When I'm with you, I'm more me than I've ever been.
I don't know what I want.
Here's the thing. You worry so much about the life that you want. You never take the time to appreciate the life that you have.
If I just let go, let go.
Here we are. It's one of my favorite spots.
This is a love letter to a place that I never knew 8 weeks ago. Now is part of me.
What now? Forever, ever?
If I just let go.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Love in Taipei, arriving Thursday on August 10th on Paramount Plus. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I'm so delighted to have the director of Love in Taipei, Arvin Chen. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. So, Love in Taipei, why was this your next project? Why did you climb on board to direct this film?
I had actually made a few movies in Taiwan before, but I had never made one for, I guess, more of an international American audience or Western audience. And it was a story that, even though in my youth, I had also come to Taiwan, in the 20s to kind of find myself. And this was a story that takes place, 20 years after I did it. But it was just such a fun way to introduce Taiwan, fun way to introduce kind of Asian Americans trying to find their mother country, or trying to find their birth culture. So it's just a fun story, I like the novel it was based on. So I thought it was a good chance to make something different.
I love it. Let's give a shout out, because I did see your creds. Au revoir in Taipei. You've got some background with the area, so very much totally. What you're putting in. I love it.
Yeah, totally.
So you climb on board. You like the project. You like the book. What were some of your notes in pre-po? Let me get some of the background. So you climbed on board. You decided to take this on. What were some of the important elements for you that you really wanted to showcase from the book, the screenplay, and in the work of your final project?
Yeah, I mean, the tricky balance was, we didn't want to make it a super touristy vision of Taiwan. We didn't also want to make it too orientalized, or too look at an Asian city. So I was trying to find that balance of I live in Taipei, so I knew what the local spots would be to shoot, but I also didn't want it to be so local that you just feel this is just too far removed from again, kind of a Western experience of it. So I'm trying to find that balance, cool looking things, cool looking places, things that are romantic and fun and charming, but how to heighten those and make it something where in a movie you'd see those and be oh, I want to go there, I want to be in that space, I want to live in that area.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. It makes you feel, they're just a part of it that just really feels special, if you will, and you can sense that. So you climb on board, you get down with some of the elements you want to bring to it. Tell me about this cast, an amazing cast that I have a little bit behind me real quick.
Yeah.
Block them, that you got involved.
No, they're lovely. Nick, Ross was on board before I came on. He's also an executive producer. But it was a long search to find Ashley Lau, who plays Ever. we looked at everyone for that, known actresses, unknown actresses, even non-actresses, anyone that wanted to come try for it. And we found Ashley. She like is a lot like Ever. She hasn't spent much time in Asia. She's like kind of naive in a cutesy way, bright-eyed, but has this kind of a clever wit about her. So like when we saw her tape, we're like, okay, this is her. And then we put her together with Ross. They had this great chemistry. But all these kids, like the four kids, Nico, Ashley, Ross, and Chelsea, I loved shooting them. I loved hanging out in Taipei with them. And one of the things that was really, really moving is just seeing them experience Taiwan for the first time. Yeah, because it was lucky. Taiwan was like super quarantined, so we almost had no COVID cases. This is like shot in 2021, height of COVID, but Taiwan was like open. So just seeing them, like, they quarantined for 14 days, they got out, they got in Taiwan, and just seeing them like have such a good time there was really moving.
I love that. One of the things that really grabbed me from watching the trailer was just, visiting your homeland for the first time. Being a Filipino, I've never been to the Philippines. That's like a major goal of mine.
Right. Yeah.
So I love that element. What are some of the things that you think that universally that people really grasp when they see this film and hopefully appreciate?
I think especially in this movie, like not just the sights, but I think we have food's a big element. Taiwanese food is awesome. I'm sure Filipino food, right? It's so much about like food in Taiwan, and we try to push that in the movie too. But I think that is universal, and I think like some people when they see the movie will really be drawn to that.
I love it. Well,
we have Ashley, we have Ashley experiencing different foods for the first time. Like her first date is like they go out for this very specific Taiwanese dumpling. So stuff like that, I think people really be into.
Oh, totally. I'm a foodie, so you had me at food.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. So you got your cast, you're in production. What was that experience like? And you were in, a little bit quarantine, like I think, like you said, and a little bit pre-COVID, or at least you were good at that time of shooting. Any memories from just filming and on set with the cast? And I know you said earlier it was cool seeing everybody experience Taiwan, Taipei for the first time, visiting the homeland, right? Can you tell me just some of those experiences on set?
Yeah, no, it was so weird because we were shooting with like a 95% Taiwanese local crew, which I'm pretty used to doing. But then we had, these a couple North Americans, Canadian crew, and then these 4 actors with us. And it was surreal. We're like in the middle of COVID and we're shooting, this Taipei in the summer, even though it's in the winter. And we have these like American, and everyone's speaking English. And I don't know, it's something really moving about that. Just like, in the world is shut down, yet we're in the middle of Taiwan and we're shooting this movie for everyone to see outside of the world. And we're doing it in like a different language, even though we're in Taiwan. So there's something just really cool about that. Sometimes we would like shut down the city, shut down the streets. We have this scene like on a sky bridge where Ashley is dancing with Nico. It's just the middle of the night. So stuff like that, just like seeing the kind of romance of what we were doing. And just getting to be in the like downtown in the middle of the city in the middle of the night. And we're shooting this movie was really moving to me.
I love that. It looks like you also, when I was reading your background, when you did Au Revoir in Taipei, like you didn't know for yourself as well. And you learned a lot during that film production. So to kind of, I guess, carry that and see somebody else that it went kind of the same through experience that you went through has to just be an amazing experience for just people finding themselves.
Yeah. Like, again, like I did that journey 20 years earlier, but seeing them do it now, like, that was 2021, just seeing like young kids still do it now is still like, it just felt like, like this thing is going to repeat it forever. Like people going back to their homeland and kind of like learning about their own culture and their own history. Something about that's still moving. And I think it's going to be moving forever to see that. Because like, again, like you're saying, it's a journey that I went on when I was their age.
Yeah, I think it's something everybody can relate with and universally. Yeah. And as an Asian American, I love that because we get it few and far between, some of these films. And a question I wanted to ask you as well. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say this is like another Crazy Rich Asians. Right, I think we as Asians have so many stories. What would you say to those folks that might say this, is another Crazy Rich Asians? What would you say about Love in Taipei in comparison?
I mean, it's definitely different, I think, because there isn't like that kind of, I love Crazy Rich Asians, but like that's definitely about like, the wealth and like the kind of spectacle of that side of Asia, which is pretty cool. Yeah. This is much more about like, a girl who hasn't ever been to her home country or her homeland, and then discovering herself via like that journey of like, being like a fish out of water. And I think that's a little bit different of a journey.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's not about like the extravagance and the wealth of Asia. It's much more about like,
Yeah, no, I think there's room for all of those kind of stories. Like I enjoy Crazy Rich Asians as well, but I can also see why people find, why are we celebrating wealth and all of that? And
right.
But no, I love it. I can't wait to see this, man. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks so much.
Can't wait to see more of what you're gonna do. Can't wait to see some of your past work. This is kind of gonna be my gateway, and hopefully the gateway for everybody else to check the rest of your work, Arvin.
Awesome.
Really appreciate your time, man. Everybody. Check out Love in Taipei when it premieres Thursday, August 10th on Paramount Plus. I'm Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Arvin Chen, appreciate you, man.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries. Everybody, check him out as well. I have all the links in the description below. Bye, y'all. All right, there's a cut.
All right, awesome.
Will do.
All
Got
right.
it. Excellent. Thank you, Ashley. All right. Hello, Arvin. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. How's it going?
I'm well. I appreciate it. So I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 to help me with my edit, and we'll get right into it.
Okay. Sure.
Thanks so much. All right. And a 1, 2, 3.